Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today is the day where we are going to put the plastic back on the dry storage. If you remember in the video just from the other day, we talked about how due to the winds from the recent massive storm front that came through the east coast of the United States, the high winds after all the rains ripped the plastic off of our dry storage. It is supposed to rain tomorrow, so this got moved to the absolute tip top of the list of things to do. We have a great crew here this morning because when you're putting plastic on a greenhouse or a structure like this, numbers is key because you have one huge, massive sheet of plastic that you've got to put on, and we're out here bright and early in the morning because it's nice and still. You do not want to put plastic on when there is the slightest bit of wind because you will have a massive kite and we will all go flying away. So what we're doing, Jerry and Andrew are down there, and you can see basically, right, we just have the bones of this structure. This was two old greenhouses, the original greenhouses that were down at the nursery. And so when we put the new retail greenhouse up, we kept the bones and made one nice long structure. Jerry, we got one of a local shops to fashion us extender poles, so we made them longer, so we were able to elevate the whole structure so that we can get, like the Bobcat will fit through here, all the machines, everything will fit through here. We do use this as dry storage. So we have all of like the proven winner pots for our annuals are here. Like those are the trays. You can see we've got like lime and fertilizer and grass seed. Just all sorts of different kinds of storage, right? We've got Biotone down there. We've got some of the older t-shirts. You name it, we have it. What we're going to do, or what they have already done rather, is removed what was left of the solid white plastic that was covering this greenhouse. So they went ahead and ripped the rest of it off. It was just a little bit was left on the structure, just on the back side. So they got rid of that. And right now what Andrew is doing is finishing putting on the track. This is the track, this metal track right here. This is actually where the plastic will attach to the structure, and so he's just finishing up on this side. This was the one side that did not have. This is a wiggle wire track. It's the best way and the easiest way to hold the plastic onto a greenhouse or a structure like this. We had it on the front and the other side, but we didn't have it on this side when we were putting the structure up. So it was like basically the plastic was nailed between two boards, and that was part of the problem. So what the wiggle wire looks like is it's a nice, easy, and you can see how it gets its name. Let me show you this. So this is next door, right on the greenhouse. So here you have a layer of clear plastic. This is the track underneath it. So you have the track. You lay the plastic on top, and then you see this wire right here, and it wiggles back and forth. So this is what we weave into the track, and it holds the plastic on. Like you're not pulling this off. So it goes on all the sides, it goes down, and then like you can see on this greenhouse, it's holding up the curtain that rolls up. Of course, on the dry storage, it's just gonna be all the way down. So it's going to be on both sides, and then you can see we already have it here on the front as well. So we have all hands on deck. Mary Claire is our official wiggle wire girl. That was years and years ago when we did, I guess, the first greenhouse, and we put that up because Mary Claire worked with us years ago. And so she was in charge of holding the wiggle wire and handing it to Jerry as he needed it. Sounds like an easy job, but that wiggle wire gets really connected and intertwined with one another. So it can be quite challenging. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, we've got one huge, massive piece of plastic that will go from the bottom all the way across, all the way down. The front will remain open. For now, it is on the to-do list to build a wall here, so because that will help when the wind comes, it will retain that wind and block that wind rather, so that way the wind doesn't come in and get up underneath the plastic and pull it. Plus it will help keep, you know, when it rains and rain can't blow in and all the things. So eventually the idea is to put a solid, like a wood type wall here with a door, obviously, that you can still get in and all that other good stuff. So basically, yeah, that's what we're going to do. As we go through the process, I will show you how we do it, but it is going to be a nice solid white piece of plastic. And yeah, so I guess we'll just finish up getting the track on that Andrew's doing, and then we'll move on from there. All right, my friends, so what they're doing is Jerry and Andrew rolled out the plastic, so a little bit longer than what the greenhouse is, because you always want to have too much plastic and not enough, because again, this is one piece of plastic. Big correction, it is not a solid white one, it is going to be clear. We had solid white on, but Jerry has a had a roll of clear, so this is going to be like clear what are on the other greenhouses. Now, the way that you get this up is, you can see, is so Jerry grabbed up a wad of the plastic and then we tie a rope around it. You can also put a tennis ball in there and that gives you more structure. Tie a rope around it super, super tight, and you do that a couple of places down the row of the plastic. Take that rope and you toss it over the greenhouse. So maybe we do this in 3 or 4 places, and then you can see that Jackson is holding the rope, so there's some good tension right there. Once everybody's in place, basically you have a person holding the rope on the other side of the greenhouse. Say if we have 3 ropes, you've got 3 people, and then the rest of us will be on this side of the greenhouse, and of course we're starting to get the slightest bit of a wind, so this is going to be fun. So we help unroll it, and then once it's over, we hold it down, because if there's wind, then it could just flip back over and we have to do it all over again. I know you're going to ask, Brenna is here. She is leashed up to Johnny because we cannot have her walking on this plastic. She has little toenails, large toenails as a German Shepherd, and we do not want to risk her walking on this and puncturing it. It is on the gravel, but that's all right. Nobody's going to walk on it. We'll be okay. And it is thick. This is not like saran wrap, right? So we have a nice thick. So there, Andrew is getting the very end tied up, and then we'll probably just do one in the middle. Yeah, and then once everybody pulls it over, everybody holds it down, and then we hold it as the wiggle wire starts to go on. And then once we have some good sections of wiggle wire, then we can kind of let go and help with that. But just say a quick little prayer that the wind does not pick up, because it is starting. I can already feel, and just the slightest little breeze on a massive piece of plastic like this, it doesn't take much. So we're gonna get going. right, I just want to pop on here real quick to give you a little bit of an update. Plastic is on. Had a little bit of wind, nothing too horrible. Jerry got, just as a placeholder really, just to hold the plastic down, like a piece initially first on the front of the greenhouse so it wouldn't just blow off. And then we went ahead and worked down the woods side of the greenhouse and got all the wiggle wire in. We're probably gonna have to go back and remove some of that because just because you want the plastic as taut and as tight as possible, and it's hard to get it taut and tight when there's no reference to pull towards. We're trying to get as much of the wrinkles out. So you can see down here between the greenhouses, we've got a whole slew of people. So you've got to both pull the plastic down towards the ground and then to the left or to the right to try to get all of the, just as tight as you possibly can. So it's definitely a team effort. And sometimes, like I said, you put the wiggle wire in, then you're gonna have to go back when one section's done and then wrinkles appear in another section and then redo that. It's just a process, it's just the way that it goes. Again, just the slight, like it is just a slight breeze, but you can see how that plastic is moving. And we do not cut plastic at all until it is, quote, as perfect as is possible that we want. And then we will come back through and of course trim off all of the excess. So right now what we're trying to do is just going back and forth, different areas. Jerry was up in the ladder inside the dry storage trying to like push the plastic, you know, and get all of that extra wiggle out so that the folks on this side, like Cece and them, can pull it even tighter and roll it down and just pull it nice and tight. So that's what we're doing. Andrew and Jerry are the main wiggle wire applicators, and we're feeding them the wire and then just trying to get those wrinkles out. So that's an update. We are making some awesome progress, and in fact, we are wrapping it up right now. Plastic is completely on, like I showed you earlier. All the wiggle wire is put in here on the back side. So this is where the greenhouse little hallway meets the annex. It gives you kind of dry storage, rather. I keep calling it a greenhouse. So on this side, what we had to do, because we do have that wooden end wall here, and you can see that when we made the wood wall that we had a gap right here, right? So, which is not a problem. Wiggle wire right here, probably just need to cut this extra off right here so it doesn't grab anybody. And then what we did is came and just pulled the plastic and wrapped it in. Not this way, but in, so when it rains, it will shed down. And then Jerry used, these are what? Are they, I don't forget what they're called, roofing nails? But they have, it's the nail, and then it has that big, nice, wide washer, so it holds it. So that is all the way down, and then all the way up. So it has wiggle wire and that as well, so water will shed down. And then of course this is, you know, treated lumber, so it will withstand any water. Also, this side gets no sun. That is because, so that's why we have a wooden end wall. And even if we turn it into a greenhouse, that's not gonna be a problem because sun never comes in this direction to it because of the way it lays. Now, as you can see, we have put a shade cloth onto the structure. We're doing that because this is the clear poly, and that UV light will go right through it and it will get quite warm. So we just actually pulled this off of production 1, which was next door, and brought it over. I don't have any footage of that because I had to run back to the house to get the black braided cord to rope to tie this down, and my people forgot to turn the camera on when they brought it over. So you'll just have to trust me that it was super easy. That I think Andrew just threw one rope over, and then we just pulled it straight from the next door greenhouse onto dry storage. So now, you will be able to see that on this side, it basically goes all the way down to the ground. That is because this is going to get more direct sun on this side. So we're going to go ahead and just cover this whole side. And CC is going down. Andrew came in, I think, and put some screws into the board underneath there. So it's underneath the wiggle wire, and then just cinching that down. And did that every, I don't know, 12 feet or so. So all the way down, the shade cloth is on, nice and easy. And then on the side next to the production house, it's up a little higher. And that's just because it'll get a little bit of a shaded because of the greenhouse right next door. So coming in, you can see where that is. Jerry, do you know what the coverage is on this shade cloth? 55. So the coverage is a 55. So you can get shade cloths in different strengths, like how much it blocks out the sun. So this is a 55% blockage. So you can get them from light all the way up to like nearly blackout, if you want to call it a blackout. But yeah, so it's on, it's nice and tight. It looks a million times better than the original one. And when we decide to turn this into a heated greenhouse, all we'll have to do is just take off the shade cloth, add on another layer of the same polyplastic, and then of course, like the heater and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it'll be really easy to convert this to a growing space. So there you go. There is a morning in the life of Creekside Nursery here. So it was so funny because we were way back in that back corner, and we were all down there. We had just like worked ourselves down as we were working, and we got all stuck down in the corner. So we took a little staff photo. It was very cute. We had lots of fun doing this. So it's not even lunchtime, and this job is essentially complete. So it's a great day here at Creekside Nursery. As always, we hope you found this fun, informative, and inspirational. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.